signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is April 3rd, 2022. It is 6:39 a.m. This is supposed to be video 2, but I think my first video, I'm gonna cut it into 2 because I did almost 2 hours worth of recording, so I'm gonna split it into 2. So this one is gonna focus on the Sussexes alone, and I guess this is video number 3. All right, the first 2 videos focuses on the Cambridges and the York family. All right, Andrew and all the mess that's going on over there, and that was the last prayer that I did. All right, let's look at my back end. I did show that at the end of my video. Let's refresh, which I did already, and I don't think it's gonna change. All right, so that's that. Let's go on Twitter. So that's my first tweet on Twitter. Alright, I will never get over people dragging Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for leaving the royal family and wanting to work, whilst praising people who want to live off the taxpayers' money and inherited wealth and sanity. Alright, they know it's wrong. The recipient of the taxes are the ones inciting the anger because they don't want their gig found out. They buy people who want to belong with tea and hugs. Yep. Okay, it's all about control. There's many people out there losing sleep that the Sussexes can't be controlled, and I love that for them. The thing is that with Harry and Meghan, they're doing the work and they're making differences. What happened with the institution, they did not like it because they know that was supposed to be their job, to help the people, get people out of poverty and all of that. But Harry and Meghan was shedding light to things that they should have been doing, so they didn't like that. So the way that they used to do their things behind the door, getting money and still getting taxpayers' money and stuff like that. So they didn't want to shed light to all of this. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan were minding their own business, but they were so focused on Harry and Meghan that they forgot to protect their BS or to shield their BS. All right, so their focus shifts so much while they're doing their nonsense, okay, and they left themselves exposed. That's the thing here. Okay, it's all about control. There's so many people. Okay, I just read this. Okay, it would be interesting to see behind the curtain at people who have immense wealth and power obtained from controlling royals. Okay, I can get over people who witnessed the dynamic between the two princes, William and Harry, and knowing that William is full on Cain, and this story have allowed this megalomaniac to get his way. Okay, he can fool some. And remember, I still believe the system, the way they setting them up, is to be self-destruct. Keep that in mind, because I truly believe that. So they're letting them do it on their own. They want the people, all right, whoever's guiding them, they want the people to push them out of there. But the people have been hypnotized into believing on the monarch in a certain way, so it's really hard to get them out of that. But people are setting them for failure. Okay, he can fool some of the people some of the time, but he can fool all of the people all of the time. His mask slip in an uncontrolled environment. He can be as visible as he would like to be without someone checking his privilege, and thank God for that. Yeah, that's like the uncontrolled environment was when they went to the Caribbean. He did some crazy stuff, and even when he went to the charity place regarding the Ukraine.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time, and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So
the nonsense that he said. These are uncontrolled environment. He has to be a robot. Once he become himself, okay, he's off script. You get to see the BS, the mess that he is. Alright, Harry visited multiple nations on the Queen's behalf. He did it with such ease and grace, ensuring his dedication to service and collaboration and consideration of contextual factors. William underwent a similar tour with his partner and invite global outrage. He's so unfit. There's the eye. Okay, but why such desperate personalities? Their mother raised both of them to be of service. People who have been following me know what I said about this. All right, it's the firm who raised William to be the robotic. All right, Princess Diana had full control of Harry and was able to teach him as much as she was able to until her passing. And the little bit that William was learning from Princess Diana, at the same time, the firm was erasing them. Okay, was erasing them. So the advantage that Harry had was the fact that the firm did not give a damn ass about him. They weren't able to put nonsense in his head. So what stuck up in Harry's brain are only Princess Diana. So after Princess Diana passed, okay, now they're trying to have him do certain things, but he was already, young adult, doing stuff, and he was contemplating between his mother's teaching and the firm. So this is why you get some of the things you see now. All right, and then all those nonsense the brother was making him do, and you only see the side of Harry, not the side of the brother. And he changed. He became a changed man. He apologized for his mistakes. The other brother, they kept on covering for him, so he never learned. So this is why we get that same type of Harry. Okay, maybe I'm answering my own question here. Why Harry is the man that he is? Because I cannot see how he was able to become like that. So there it is. I think I'm answering my own question that I've put in other videos. So this is that. Okay, true, but children can be raised in the same environment and have different perspective on their upbringing, particularly in divorced families or childhood adversity, parents' untimely death. All right. Remember that as the heir, okay, someone is bringing some of my point here. Remember that as the heir, William was more under the influence of his father. Yes, that is true. Even as a young man, occasionally I keep that article in the as my pre-upload, where Charles is taking William to parties with the tabloid. All right, where was Harry? He didn't take Harry. All right, so this is one of those here. All right, his great-grandmother, the Queen Mother, and the courtiers, whereas Diana herself said that Harry was all hers. You can clearly see the different influences in them both. There it is. That's that. Okay, Prince William is transactional in the relationship. Siding with his father was far more appealing a prospect than supporting his mother. His cast-off approach with Harry is a blueprint of what his father did to his mother, which shows he's very sick and twisted individual. There it is. And then I bring these 2 points in many of my videos. The part where William said his mom was paranoid, discredited her, when she no longer can defend herself, this is the time I truly believe whatever the spiritual world there is that Princess Diana was trying to do for William, protect him. Okay, remember, I've said this every time I bring this topic up. When a mother will always love a child, but a mother will never add to a child's burden. Okay, so the day that Prince William came out, called his mother paranoid, this is the day Princess Diana turned her back on him. The shield, the universe, the invisible shield that there is in the spiritual world that Princess Diana was doing to shield Prince William, that day came off. Princess Diana just turned her back and said, I'm done with you. I've tried my best. Even though with all of your bad, unethical behavior that you were doing, I was still trying to protect you. That time, when William came and discredited her for no reason, I don't know what bring him to the point of, well, then again, there's Charles. That was a step up to for the queen to say that Camilla will be queen consort or something like that. So that was the beginning of that. But there was no reason for him to come out and say this. There was absolutely no reason, out of nowhere. So he brought this up on himself. Princess Diana said, okay, you're my son, I love you, but I'm done protecting you in that spiritual world. This is my take on it. Again, many of you could say I'm crazy. I could understand. I never been on the other side, but this is how I see it. Ever since then, it's domino effect after domino effect and after domino effect, and there will be more because Princess Diana's not there to protect them anymore. That's it. And then there will be no prayers for me to say for any kind of protection for him. No way. He's done too much. He needs to learn. He needs to learn because he have never learned. Look at Prince Andrew. How old is he? Look at my first 2 videos of today's date. All right. He never learned. The queen is force-feeding him into the public eye to accept him just because she forgave him.
Richard Kay, do you think that the Queen has some sort of sense or feeling that she either believes or hopes that Andrew's been forgiven?
I think she would like to think that Andrew will be forgiven. But certainly I think what we do know from this is the Queen believes in Andrew, supports Andrew. The fact that Andrew was not convicted of any kind of criminal misdemeanor is important to her, I think. And I think she's sort of showing to the country at large, if you like, that if she, his mother, can forgive him, I am asking you in your hearts to show a modicum of forgiveness for him.
That's your job as a mother. That's your job. But other people don't have to accept him for the kind of unethical behavior that he has have done and produced and hurt people. Okay, he didn't hurt me personally, but because I'm a human being, I have empathy to know that this is what Virginia Giuffre, that I am aware of, because they said there's other people, but I am aware of the pain and suffering, the mental abuse that he had inflicted onto her. So I have empathy for that as a human being. So the Queen could do her motherly duty, but as a human being, I have to side with Virginia Giuffre, and then said, no, you could force feed me all you want, but I'm not gonna accept them. Okay, I don't hate him, but I'm not gonna accept him because his behavior was never taught, was never been punished. And you have the mother who's about to exit, still haven't teach him any lesson. Instead, making excuses, push things under the rug, and force feeding it to the people. This is the same thing that I saw Princess Diana did to William. Was shielding him, but that one time he came out and discredited her, Princess Diana was like, nope, you need to learn your lesson. And we could learn when Princess Diana was alive. That little spanking he put on William, the tabloid, the Royal Watch was able to capture. We had a perspective of that. Princess Diana is about teaching. Who knows how many spanking Harry have gone through Princess Diana? Okay, not hard spanking or anything like that. He did something wrong, Princess Diana punish him in whichever way fits the misbehave from Harry. So Harry learn. Okay, you need to teach your kids, give them some punishment for bad behavior. You still love them even though you punish them. But pushing things under the rug is not loving. Okay, you allowing them to create more pain to other people. Those other people he's creating pain onto, they are somebody else's children, somebody else's child. Why do you think a mother is not the same as you as a mother? This is why I'm trying to put a perspective. People need to understand this kind of thing. Somebody else, even when you see a homeless out there, I remember crossing paths with a homeless. The first thought that came to mind when I saw that guy, I no longer see him around anymore, because occasionally I used to buy things for him. I didn't give him money because I know he drank. I used to buy food for him, McDonald's or something like that, but I didn't give him money. I used to give him money, then when I realized he's drinking a lot, I didn't give him money anymore. I will buy him stuff instead. I don't see him around. But the very first time I came across him, the very first thing that came to mind, and I was like, how was he when he was first born? You know the joy that there is when a child is born in a family? How many people came and, were so happy he was born? But look at him now. That was the first thing that crossed my mind when I first come across him. And then later on, couple years later, my husband said, oh, do you know that he saw him around his mother's neighborhood all the way in Brooklyn? I was like, and we live in a different state, and I'm like, what was he doing in Brooklyn? And the area that we live in, where that I used to see him, was being revitalized. So I put one and one together, and I think those people who bought those property, who fixed it up, probably took him and shipped him out of there, so he doesn't stay around there. This is what I think happened. This is sad, but anyway, I went off completely, but this is the perspective of things. We need to learn to read between the lines sometimes. All right, let's see here. What did I say here? Oh, we were talking about Princess Diana turning her back on William and all of this. That's all I can say. Okay, Prince William is okay. I read this like it is, and very questionable donation. This is an attempt to smear Harry and Meghan as much as possible to try to hurt their earning capabilities. Not working in the UK press is wallowing in lies, and the world is laughing at them. In the meantime, Harry and Meghan are in high demand. Yeah, I mean, at this point, anybody who have any ethical kind of moral, they see the BS. They see the BS written all over. All right, we see how the royal family is. All right, because of the unfortunate spin that the British media puts on it, that Harry has been led astray by Meghan and wrongfully enticed into abandoning his family. So all this is the spin. God is shaping things to say this is the moral value that Harry and Meghan prestige that they are willing to leave behind all those wealth and privileges to start fresh. All right, this is the way that we see it. Okay, they found all kind of ways to tiptoe around saying, quote, his blip whipped. All right, pussy whipped. Okay, and that a mess, but hey, one day they will come to their senses. And you, was it that was, I have that video somewhere where they were asking some of the Brits, I think they were Brits, on the street about Prince Andrew stuff that was leading to the Virginia Guthrie thing. And one person said something like, they need to take moral high. In other words, they were taking the side of the prestige, the moral value that Harry has when I'll put that. I can't even remember how he put it.
I feel if there are any, underlying issues, then they need to be addressed. Just because he's in, the royal family doesn't mean to say that, he needs to get away with it. Basically, any other member of the public, wouldn't, so why should he?
I think it should make him look at his character and look at how he's behaved, for sure. I don't think he'll be worried at all, no. How he's behaved, for sure. I don't think he'll be worried at all, no. I don't think that it's a position whereby the royals will be taken to task and asked the important questions, because they don't feel that they need to answer those questions. But he needs to take a good look at himself and the way he's behaved and his behaviour through the years, yes.
But that came to mind as I read this. Okay, and you forgot seeking donation for parties and weddings. Okay, there was a headline shortly after their decision that marked the outrage, quote, entire country loses its shit as 35-year-old man decide to get a job and move out of his grandmother's house. Okay, I like to meet the person who proposed that headline and give them a fruit basket. Okay, that level and intelligence is obvious in the population of Brits who will slander their mother for a high-end or price. Alright, it's the most mystifying thing, mind-blowing. Okay, they prefer mediocrity, which is mad weird. Don't forget, side grifted and cozying up to the depots of facilitate armed dealing. Yeah, there's something I know about that too. I think YouTube, did I upload it? Something happened. Oh, it was blacked. The UK cannot see it. Certain countries cannot see it. Yeah, the arm dealing and all of that. Yeah, I think I have it somewhere. Okay, I've said it before. The British royal family or welfare recipient, the fact that they get away with this in the 21st century is astounding. It's just a matter of time, okay? Because when you look at the government system right now, this is why I said they work hand in glove. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. This is what's going on right now. Okay, if you had people like Don Butler and position like that, okay, everybody will, will see justice. But no, the UK system only see black and white. Okay, it's pathetic, isn't it? The same people who criticize the royal family for living off taxpayers blast Harry and Meghan and more for paying their own way. I'm telling you, the mindset of the Brits, it's mind-blowing. I never knew the people were that hypnotized. Okay, definitely insanity. I gave up trying to process how deranged and racist reason a while back. Okay, it's hard to fathom. Yeah, the people, the squad can imagine the nonsense that's going on in the UK. Let's see here. Those people are abusers. They also broke. They abuse the royal family to feel better about their personal shitty situation as peasant. And this is what I said in one of my videos as well. They don't teach these people about financing. All right, all they know, the money keeps on coming in. All right, they don't know anything about financing. And I think one of the Queen's private secretary, which Charles and Andrew put heads together to get rid of. All right, this secretary was doing the right thing, but because these two wanted their way, they got rid of him, and this is what happened. This secretary was doing the job for the Queen. The Queen wasn't really punishing those kids and stuff like that, but this secretary was doing the right thing. But because those Charles and Andrew wasn't getting their way, they put their heads together to get him out. And this is what happened. Because they're getting their way, they don't know any boundaries. So things get out of hand. People have to have a boundary no matter what. Okay, I will never get over people who idolize people that use others for their personal gain and sanity. These people with ethical behavior understand that. All right, will understand that comment. But people with no moral, no boundaries, they will never understand that because they always get their way. Okay, Prince Harry's wife are letting future taxpayers know that royal members should work and support themselves, and one day Parliament is going to debate and use the Sussexes as an example regarding allocation of the taxpayers' money, especially after Andrew's sex scandal and payment. That's a very good point. All right, the royal family save bulk of wealth from generation to generation via heirs by using the taxpayers as their personal bankers, kind of how teenagers use their parents as their personal ATM, cash app, or whatnot until they are told to get a part-time job and pay their own bills. Okay, without credit cards adds delaying installment payment The working class and middle class will literally have to pay for everything they own immediately upon purchase or save up to buy at a later times, weeks, months, or years. Well, taxpayers are like that for the royals. A credit card. What C it stand for? Okay, what is this now? There are a lot of royal offsprings that are being taught not to work and live off the public coins. That's why Harry is being hated. Mind-blowing, being hated for earning a living. Okay, I was just checking some deranged about that very thing. It's even worse. The Queen asked for taxpayers' money while her subjects were sick and dying. Disgusting. The Queensville state portfolio is being slammed by the pandemic. The coronavirus pandemic is slamming the vast poverty empire that provides Queen Elizabeth II with a significant chunk of her income. I'm not going to go to the article. Okay, is tourism generating any income? Seems to me that COVID will have dampened their revenue the same as everyone else. Seems like a greed to me. Not insanity, but racism. How does it look having the British royal family represented by half mongrel in the eyes of the British media and their consumers? We know that the Duchess of Sussex is not only a wonderful person, but so relatable. Ironically, their popularity has increasingly 20-fold. All right, so there's so much to share with you. The UK is in the bubble. They don't see, I don't know, little at a time that I guess their eyes are being open, but there's a lot to share with you. But time. Let me go to the next tweet. Oh my God, I'm already 22 minutes and this is my first tweet. Now this is my second one. All right. Refusing to create a space where Harry and Meghan could have stayed as working member of the royal family will likely go down as the biggest mistake the family made in the 21st century. Okay, this is Henry VIII. She has a YouTube channel. Go follow her. I share a lot of her tweets and her conversation usually on point and get the squad talking. All right, so go follow her. The road to that decision lead directly to Kensington Palace. All right, there's this here. If the British royal family ends when Liz goes, the fault be solely the Cambridges because of their jealousy, racism, entitlement, and laziness. Spoiler, they'll say it's Meghan's fault because the presence of a hardworking black woman revealed incompetence and racism. It was always there, but hidden. But that is true. That's a spoiler, definitely. But the thing is that if they had learned, Harry and Meghan told them, this is what happened. You could hear somebody talk, but did you listen? Okay, I've said this so many times. They heard Meghan spoke, but they didn't listen. Because Meghan, specifically Meghan, have said she doesn't mind being in the background.
And I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
So she already saw the laziness within them. So she didn't mind doing the work because her whole sole purposes is the people who's getting the help. The people directly. So if these people were listening to what Meghan was saying, okay, they will mind their own business, continue with their laziness, go prune roses whenever they want, be a part-time royal to their, to their partners or whatever, show up when it needs to be, then just go cut ribbon. Harry and Meghan were willing to do that. And you have Harry, who's been doing so much. Now we know the vast majority of work that Harry was doing. All the work that we see the royal family or the brother Toby was getting, we know it was all Harry's work. So Harry was already in line to just do the hard work and let the brother go cut ribbon. And he brought a woman who was willing to do the same, but they didn't listen to her. They heard her speak, but they didn't listen. They were blind with her skin color. That's it. This blinded them completely. They didn't listen to what she was saying, nothing. So it's all on them. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm not willing to let either Betty or Chuck completely off the hook here, but pretty much, yeah. William has been considered the savior for so long to not see the existential threat of bullying Meghan out of the family. All right, let's see here. I didn't mean to let Betty or Chuck off the hook either. Sorry for my misunderstanding. Both of them seem to be shockingly bad parents. They are. Look at the remove security and all of this, disclose his location. What kind of parents does that? Okay, bad parents who also made their own poor decision. Charles with Diana and the Queen for like a whole bunch of shit, lol. Alright, there's this. Neither apparently had the will or the strength to will end the future while he was off gallantly laying the foundation of the destruction of the entire institution. Okay, which is bizarre. But you know what? Let's not give that the marriage of Princess Diana and Charles a complete failure. I've said this before, where sometimes there have to be some casualty of war for certain things to happen. It's just unfortunate. Okay, it's just unfortunately Princess Diana was made to be sacrificed for us to be where we are, to create two boys out of this despicable marriage. And she saw it was a bad marriage. But I think Diana was truly in love with Charles, and she didn't have any good guidance to tell her, no, don't go on with that marriage. But it happened anyway. Let's accept what it is. It is a fact. It happened. She died. I believe her death is a part of a sacrifice in a way. But what came out of this, though, out of this bad marriage, is those two boys. People can see now there's two boys. One was under full control of Princess Diana, and one was full control, no, not fully, partially control of the firm, because he was the heir to the throne. So we could see the full difference. Now more eyes are open to see. I truly believe the devilish thing exists in the UK. It's infested in the UK. If you look at their history, everywhere they go is destruction. Destruction. Lives, the black and white, the racism, everything is because of them. So maybe it was meant for those two boys to be born. Both of them choose different paths, and one decided to marry a biracial. Of all type of people around the world, this is who he decided to marry with, to open people's eyes. Okay, so all this was meant to be. We have to accept what is. So now from this point on, it's just domino effect. Okay, because a lot of innocent mind are so corrupted, it's really hard for them to see the reality. So little at a time, minds, eyes are being opened, understanding what was done to them. Okay, it's a matter of time. Okay, which is bizarre regardless of whether an individual citizen is a royalist or Republican. From the Queen's perspective, shouldn't the continuation of the monarchy be the most important thing in her life? How did she let it go off the rails this bad? This is the thing, thinking your kids should get everything in the world. There's no boundaries. This is the thing. That's the thing that happened here. There was no boundaries. Okay, you could still love your kids if they misbehave. Okay, if they like ice cream on certain days or after they eat dinner, guess what? Because of your bad behavior, you cannot have ice cream. Or if they like something very simple, okay, just because they like it and they did something bad, you cannot have this. Or if it's a small little spanking at the time you feel like it was appropriate, you do that. A spanking is not a death sentence or something like that. It's just to show that you're not supportive of that kind of behavior. But there was none. These people run wild. They do as they please. This is why they corrupt other people's children. Look at still now. She's letting it, giving excuse that she accepted him and make him walk her down the aisle during Prince Philip's thing. There's no excuse. This should not happen. Okay, so it's all her fault.
Richard Kay, do you think that the Queen has some sort of sense or feeling that she either believes or hopes that Andrew's been forgiven?
I think she would like to think that Andrew will be forgiven. But certainly I think what we do know from this is the Queen believes in Andrew, supports Andrew. The fact that Andrew was not convicted of any kind of criminal misdemeanour is important to her, I think. And I think she's sort of showing to the country at large, if you like, that if she, his mother, can forgive him, I am asking you in your hearts to show a modicum of forgiveness for him.
Okay, I have worked with elderly people my whole life, and I don't think the age is to say that it's likely she has been experiencing some level of cognitive decline for close to 20 years at this point. There are reasons why a company will never have a 95-year-old CEO. Okay, yeah, she probably doesn't even fully know what's... Nah, she knows. She knows. She is more vicious than anybody. She knows. Okay? She knows. Imagine, okay, you know what, let me not even bring that. All right, she probably doesn't even fully know what's happening with Andrew. She knows. Oh, come on, she knows. Okay, this is giving excuse that. Okay, she might comprehend people are upset. He slept with some chicks, but the gravity of raping a teenager that he procured from an international sex trafficking ring might be too complex. Okay, she has lived her entire life extremely well, insulated from reality. I will imagine she lacks the understanding of a lack of the world around her, and unfortunately has never really shown the temerity even in her younger years to discover more. In some shape, yes, but she's part of that ring too. She knows all of this are going on. I can't give any excuse for that. Okay, the Queen was also apparently shocked as an adult about how poor her education, okay, was as a child, even as prospect monarch. Okay, I raised this. It's funny. Let me bookmark this one. I'm surprised I didn't come across the 28th, March 28th. So when I did that video when I was talking about the Queen's education, I wish I had come across her her tweet. Okay, I even said without even knowing that. Okay, I spoke about it in one of my videos. Let me like this. I just bookmark it as well if I ever come across it. The Queen was also apparently shocked as an adult about how poor her education was as a child, even as a prospective monarch. Think about the other famous people we know who have inherited a whole bunch of money with little education, now at the royal angle. That's for sure. Okay, I even bought this without even knowing all of this. Okay, Henry VIII knows a lot. He knows a lot about the royal family. Me is to plugging things together. I'm able to give you my perspective of things. Okay, I think the Queen speaks French and German. Speaking, what is it? Charles speaks German. I heard him speaking German before. Yeah, they have to speak different languages. Well, speaking different languages is not the same as understanding culture. Okay, understanding way of life is completely different. Okay, speaking a language is not the same as understanding the way people do their things, the way why do they live the way that they are. I remember a very old video where I was talking about, what was it? The tweet was about I think Africa or something like that, where one of the tweet goes and say, oh, the royal family go and modernize the country and do this and all of that. And I'm like, wait a second, did those people in those third world countries say they needed help the way they wanted to live the same way that the let's say the advanced country was living? Okay, every part of the world live based on the way the culture, their religion, their environmental and weather pattern and all of that. Just because you live with whatever indoor plumbing, you have this electricity and all of that, not everybody wants that. Look at the Amish community. Not everybody wants that. So just because you do something, that doesn't mean the others, that's the way they wanted to live. And when you look at the third world countries, they're not the one who's creating pollution. Okay, they live based on what they produce of their natural resources. All right, they don't create stuff to create pollution. Okay, the vast majority of world advanced world, how do they call this, the United States, how do they call this, world class leader, whatever they call them, I can't think of the term. All right, we are the one who's creating those stuff to create pollution. All right, because many other countries don't mind doing horse and buggies. All right, they're okay with that. all right, that don't create pollution, because they use their horse and buggies to get them from point A to point B, and then the manure from the horses, they use it for fertilization. So many other countries, many other cultures were fine the way they were living. They could pick and choose different things from other cultures to advance their way, but majority of them, they don't mind living the way they were living. All right, so the royal family, the things that they put in themselves, that they're better than anybody, their ways is the best way, they then really take the time to understand culture, how other people live. They could speak the language, but they didn't bother to understand why did this person do this, you know, why did the house don't have certain things, or things like that. They just go and say, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, so therefore you must accept my way, or that's it. They never took the time to understand other people's way. All right, learning a language is different from understanding how a person live. All right, the spotlight Will and Kate wanted to bathe and turn into a blowtorch on this Caribbean tour. Hey, be careful what you ask for. All right, I knew it right off. Harry and Meghan were natural for the job, intelligent, relatable, and relating was their passion. And their strike good looks, it was crazy that they were so called the royal family. All right, it was pure jealousy. William knows his brother is better looking, more popular, smarter, and charismatic, and he knows his wife can compete with Meghan on any level. Add racism. This is their thing here. That's their only weapon. This is their weapon. Racism. That's all they have. And I've said this before, when you look at when election is coming, what did they thought? The racism thing. This is their only weapon. Okay? And too bad many Brits don't see that. They're willing to give up some of their freedom, their shelter, and all of that for racism. And then after the election, they're crying foul. Oh, with this, the royal family is doing this. They're giving 12 million that. And there's many tweets that I retweet, and I say, cry me a river until you prove yourself. When you vote for the right people to get you out of your misery. Then I'll feel sorry for you. But at this time, no, you guys voted for this. Your racism is so deep, you fail to see reality. Even your own misery, you fail to see it when it comes to racism. So deal with your problem.
Look at the fact that just on energy alone, on a conservative estimate within 1 year, we're talking £1,300 a year going up in bills. We're going to have about 10 million people in fuel poverty. We have a real absolute, not relative, poverty issue going to come in the UK, with food banks oversubscribed, with debt crisis agencies do not have any tools. And I need to say, with the Chancellor coming on in a moment, if you forgive me, as the money-saving expert who's been known for this, I am virtually out of tools to help people now. Been known for this. I am virtually out of tools to help people now. It's not something money management can fix. It's not something for those on the lowest incomes telling them to cut their belts will work. We need political intervention.
All right, it was pure jealousy. William knows his... Okay, I just read this. Okay, I stop here. Add racism. They're fine with black people carrying them on litters, but Kate recoiled at a black person's touch. Yeah, that's during the Caribbean tour. Okay, no one taught William about having a conscience and show him care for his younger brother. Princess Diana was doing that. Okay, Princess Diana was doing that, and then the firm was erasing it. That's the thing that I was saying. Whatever Princess Diana was teaching him, the firm erased it. They wanted him to be a cold, vicious ruler. This is the kind of thing. You should not have any sentiment. All right, having sentiment and compassion is not weakness. All right, this will make you a better king. All right, Prince William still doesn't get why the public now look at him with disgust. He is a disappointment. That's his own doing. All right, I love to hear what his Eton classmate really thought of him. Eddie Redmayne, who was in the same year, has described him as a lovely guy, but of course he's going to say that. Okay, look at Mrs. Wadey do little spout smile. She loved it. Okay, oh yeah, she did. We saw their true colors. Yep, we saw SAW. All right, look at Mumbles and that Jeep smiling. So lacking in social awareness, self-awareness, and basic intelligence. Now, this is the thing. These people, this is why I was trying to give them credit of the doubt, but they didn't learn anything. Even, and I went into their schooling. I think it was in that particular video where I was talking about William and his wife education, where they should have known better due to their background, geography and what was the other one? Geography and something with art history. That's it, art history. And I bought the Queen's education, because one comment came in there and said they learned from the best, which was the Queen. And I start going, no, the Queen didn't have a good education and all of that. So these two, if they had learned the background of cultures, why certain pictures is drawn this way, why this person in that picture dressed that way, this kind of thing, they would have understand. But no, they go there, they want to recreate. Okay, this is the thing that they learned from the Queen, to be vicious. I'm the ruler, I'm better than anybody. They want to recreate the things that the people that they're visiting trying to reject. Okay, they're trying to reject that, but yet they're forcing it on. The same way the Queen is bringing what's his name, Andrew, to walk her down the aisle at Prince Philip's memorial. You have to accept my son because I forgive him. So the same way the Cambridges are going to the Caribbean, you must accept me. This is what I am all about. You must accept me. So if they wanted to be a better human being and understand the culture where they were going, the Caribbean, they will not recreate what the Queen have done. So it's the same pattern. It's the same pattern. All right, so they learn nothing, no compassion, understanding, and understand people's suffering. So they said, this is who I am, accept me. Princess Anne said it. I keep on bringing that up. They do not want to change. Okay, let's see here. Not able to offer stumble besides her one sensible piece of advice to her. Princessing is all about dress up and co-playing deity. Meghan is a true 21st century princess. But with Kate, I did a video here. The firm got exactly what they were looking for. Kate's parents trained her to be exactly that. And I did a video where I went on Colonial Williamsburg, where for some reason I decided to record this whole thing. One of the person said, all right, ladies do not work, women do.
It's just to play the organ. She's not expected to operate that pedal herself. It can be moved to the side and staff do that work for them. Well, ladies don't work. That is distinctive of ladies versus women. Ladies do not work. Women do.
All right, so they train these people. When you in this high society, you're not supposed to learn certain things. You're not supposed to touch certain things. You're not supposed to lift something. Let's say, for instance, okay, out of how do you call this, sudden movement, okay, let's say you're talking to one of those royals, all right, you had something in your hand, you had a bracelet or something that fell on the ground. Your natural reaction was to bend down and pick it up. For them, guess what? They will just stand up, you go pick it up. All right, a sensible person will do that. Oh my goodness, I have an example of that. Perfect example. I think Prince Charles was going around doing something. There's this guy who probably was standing there, God knows for how long, who fainted in front of Charles. Charles just stood there, let the guy fall. Everybody else is coming to the guy's rescue. This is it. All right, they're not supposed to do all of that. Everybody's better than them. You see someone falling in front of you who's whatever, maybe he didn't eat or whatever it may be, but he was fainting in front of Charles. Charles just stood there and don't bother to, his natural reaction was to let me hold him so he doesn't hit the ground. Nope, the guy just fell. All right, everybody else come to his rescue. I should. So this is the thing that they train these people. I'm better than you, so therefore whatever I say goes. There's a perfect example. All right. Okay, let's read some more. Oh my God, this is my second one. I'm 44 minutes. Okay, good article, and the quote, The Age, end quote, today regarding the monarchy, its present position, and it is disastrous throwback to 2017, mention Harry and Meghan, discontent sacking of grief by Charles, and Andrew being monarchy's downfall. The thing, I'm telling you, it was something in disguise. For Meghan to take them to court, the things that came out of the court is unbelievable. Okay, can you link it? I would love to see that. Let me book like it, maybe something will come out. Okay, I've always thought that Kensington Palace were behind all the attacks on Meghan. William and Kate don't like to share the limelight. William and Kate were behind some of Harry and Meghan thing. Luckily, they got all the shambolic toy limelight. Alright, so nah, what we know from the copyright case, we know enough. Alright, just jealousy-based decisions are never good. That is true. There can only be 3 in the monarchy. All others are servants. Yeah, but so many Harry and Meghan's got out just in time. Yep, there's this here. All right. Okay, so I read everything. Okay, they prefer to put these two wannabe king and queen who has no drive. They are lazy, not hardworking, just attention seekers. They get all the privilege, and the ones who work hard are being ignored. Okay, it's called jealousy. Harry always wanted to leave the royal family, more so after he returned from the military service. Meghan was his escape partner. She wouldn't have put up with it much longer. Yeah, if Harry stayed, a woman with self-worth wouldn't live in a nasty, stinking fishbowl of a life. That's the thing. I have that one of my research video on Team Sussex. I call it, it's a fishbowl world of lies. Yeah, okay, maybe this person is following me. Alright, no, they demanded a role to suit their extreme egos. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I had 9 tweets to share with you for this video, and I'm almost an hour and I only shared 3. So there's me here. Okay, don't try to understand anything out of that. That was supposed to be island. I fix it here, island. It's one of those when you start typing and then autocorrect showed it, you press it, but the finger touch the numbers instead, that below the autocorrect thing. So I fixed that here. All right, don't try to understand anything out of that island unless you're trying to be mental. We can only defend the Sussexes. Don't try to understand unethical, greedy people. All right, so I was responding to that. All right, so there's 38 comments in there. Okay, I don't know how anyone can look at the lives of the Spears and the British royal family have and are leading and want the same for Prince Harry while simultaneously claiming to love him. I don't get it. All right, this is why I said don't try to understand anything out of that island unless you're trying to be mental. If you try to understand, you're gonna go crazy. All right, we can only defend the Sussexes. All right, so let's go into that, what other people have said. There's me here. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I think Harry has the life he has chosen, which should make all of us happy. With the 3 Cambridge's children ahead of him, number 6 is not the important spare he once was. Love Prince William, Catherine. Okay, whatever. Okay, if you truly love them, you should fight for their kids to be able to have choices. It's all well and good now, but someday soon Charlotte and the little one will be considering unimportant too. I'm thrilled Harry got out and is no longer of value to them and has found his footing in the US. That is true. This is the thing. Harry have paved the way for the other ones. Just because their father is the future. Look at what Charles just did to Harry. Alright, so the squad, this is what I mean. You don't try to understand the island people in the UK because they don't see beyond what is happening before them. Okay, just the fact that they think using the term spare is normal, like telling your kids they were a mistake, but make it normal. We didn't really want you, but just in case. That is true. Bingo, the term has always been problematic to me. All right, that's the good conversation that the squad is putting. Some are just so used to the order of things. That is true. That is true. But the thing is that Harry saw something different because I've said these things in other videos. When they sent Harry to other places, it opened his eyes. He wasn't just there to hear those people, all right? To hear those people talk. He was listening. He was understanding. When you see him holding that little child who was raped by someone who had AIDS, thinking that to do this to a virgin will cure his disease, you could see Harry is feeling the pain that, of a human being. Alright, so when they sent him out, he was understanding people's way of life, their culture, their religion, their understanding way of life, so the empathy and all of that. So Harry was capturing those kind of things, but the others, they don't have that. All right, let's see here. But when she said here, some are just used to the order of things because they never live outside the palace wall. They stay within their bubble. All right, the people with the high society. And you look at Kate going to the Caribbean, the woman trying to pull her over to come and enjoy and all of that. All of a sudden, it's like, yuck. I'm like, there's a video I'm gonna do after this. Is gonna be on IPU Team Sussex. It's only 3 tweets. They're somewhat different, but I'm gonna create the connection. So when you see people trying to you stay in your bubble, you never go outside of your bubble, you will never understand. All right, the family has a really disturbing definition of love. Okay, whatever love means. That is true. That's Charles during the engagement of Princess Diana.
And I suppose in love. Of course. Whatever in love means.
It was amazing when they first did that photo shoot. We first got to sort of meet Diana, this woman who was going to one day be our queen, we all thought. And she came across very well, and he came across as this bizarre, stuck-up, sort of 17th century figure.
Okay, because they're so sure it will be different for Harry because of the supposedly loving relationship he had with his father and brother. All right, I see some jealous and I see some jealous and people in this thread. The fact that they're trying to paint Meghan as gold digger when she is only princess, and the black biracial one at that, who has her own gold, and Lady Katie literally stalked WikiLeaks for his money and crown. Okay, comes from a very wealthy and well-regarded family. Do your homework. Oh please, all right. Nah, I've read enough about them. Nah, this is the people's coming to make the excuse. All right, what is it? I just don't they have to do some other type of business. Well, we probably do have an idea because the uncle with that drug selling kind of thing.
He even claims Prince William will soon be a guest at his home. The home he has crudely named Maison de Bang Bang.
So who's got Prince William? Prince William's thing? Really? And then yours? Yeah. Really? Right. Now we're connected. Gosh.
When did it start?
This is my niece came in. Oh really? All right. That's great. So, hang on. Does this mean if your niece marries Prince William, that means you become uncle to the Queen? Well, yeah, after Charles. After Charles, you will be the uncle to the Queen of the United Kingdom. I'm going to be the Duke of Slough.
So hang on,
King of Ibiza.
Hang on, how are you related?
My sister's daughter.
Your sister's daughter?
Yeah, I'll be bloodline.
Hang on.
Kate Middleton.
Yeah.
Who's getting married to William.
Yeah.
So when Charles is king.
Oh dear.
And then William's king.
Yeah.
Kate will be queen.
Carol Goldsmith, married Mike Middleton.
Hang on, you'll be able to go to Buckingham Palace.
I've got my own room. The Goldsmith wing.
Because I do not see party business. You know what, let me just leave it alone. Okay, use your own conclusion, but I have a different idea of how maybe they'll be wealthy, because the uncle don't have a good how do you call this, a good kind of moral kind of thing to lean back on. Okay, I've hated the term the heir and spare is disgusting. Okay, the thing is we don't really want him back. He won't be trusted again. Okay, that's fine.
I think it should make him look at his character and look at how he's behaved for sure. I don't think he'll be worried at all, no. I don't think that it's a position whereby the royals will be taken to task and asked the important questions because they don't feel that they need to answer those questions. But he needs to take a good look at himself and the way he's behaved and his behaviour through the years, yes.
This is what I mean. This is the thing here. Many of these people, they rather live in with that racism kind of thing. But meanwhile, the family that's over there who's taking their taxpayers' money, that's the thing here. They don't see the wrong in that. But after this, let me move on. I'm gonna black it after that. Yes, heaven forbid he feel protected of his wife and frustrated when he is not allowed to defend her. His home country treated his wife abnormally based on unsubstantial rumors, outright lies, and personal vendettas. Even his newborn son wasn't spared. Glad he's free of it. There it is. There was 2 comments on that. What is it? Okay, you mean to think he and Meghan should have just accepted being lied about and mistreated? I find that bizarre. The UK has exposed its dirty underbelly with its treatment of Harry and Meghan. It should be embarrassed. I think you will find that both of them are proven liars. Okay, but yet someone like Prince Andrew, who's just spent 12 million pounds to pay someone off who he claimed he never met. Okay, you don't pay someone you never met 12 million pounds. Okay, so this is the unethical behaviors of the UK. Whether this is someone they're paying to, maybe this is one of the royals' burner account to say those kind of things, but the unethical things, they'll accept that. Okay, that's the infested behavior, unethical behavior that's going on in that island. They will accept someone who's sleeping with children, paying money off to shut their mouth and all that. But yet you see that few seconds Meghan was in the UK, how she helped the Hub Communication and was the other thing, I forgot the name, with the clothing, people who's going for interviews and all of that. But yet they'll accept the other one. This is the unethical thing. This is why I say if you try to understand what's going on in the island, you go crazy. So this type of things, nah. All right, what's it? Is that the same one? So yeah, that meant to be a black. Don't want to see this. All right, this is how you stay sane on Twitterville. Next tweet. There's this. Cruella upset their team didn't reply to her and she's still on the kiddie making Meghan cry story. Meghan and Harry blasted by Camilla Tomney for not offering right of reply to claim royal news. What is it? They told them they're not gonna deal with them, so what did they expect? They think Harry didn't mean what he said? Okay, I'll go to that in a few because it's an article. Okay, what is that? That's a GIF. When you are the representative of Meghan and Harry, receive queries from the disgraceful journals like Camilla Tomney is a liar, knowing that they want so much to be sued and need their 2-minute TV appearances, but the strategy is to ignore. I love that she has to rake over old ground for Harry and Meghan clickbait. Prime example, the question of a right of reply, that's not down to the Sussexes. Ultimately, it would have been the responsibility of Harper and the broadcasters. I'm going to read it to see what she's talking about. But let me get some of this. Okay, woman is desperate to be acknowledged by Meghan or to somewhat have Meghan care about her, and she the one who wrote some article about herself and the Sussexes as though they had somewhat of a relationship. Girl, bye. Camilla Tomney is a liar, can't forget it. Harry and Meghan aren't going to deal with those clowns. Okay, how many times did she offer Meghan a right of reply on the hate piece she wrote? Well, even Harry didn't want Meghan to deal with them. So now I think before maybe Meghan didn't understand. Now Meghan understands. Luckily she trusted Harry. All right, because Meghan, before she moved to the US, before she moved to the UK, she had good relationship with the tabloid. Okay, we have pictures of her signing autograph and this and that. But as soon as she moved to the UK, Harry probably told her, don't deal with these people. This is not the same thing because they have no boundaries. Especially if you sing with me and all of that, the invisible contract. This kind of thing that goes on with the royal family. So luckily we have to thank Meghan and God for that, for Meghan to trust Harry. Okay, that is, I know I'm laughing at myself because I could see my husband do that to me, looking out for me, and then I'm disobeying him, and then later I find out he was right. Wait until he heard this. But yeah, but luckily Meghan did put her trust in Harry to listen to him and not giving any interview. And I think if Meghan had just another side note of this, if Meghan had disobeyed Harry in some shape or form in that aspect, I don't think Harry would marry her, because Harry live in that institution. He's been asking for privacy. He's been asking for that red line for people not to cross. So if Meghan had given that interview, I think that would be it. That would a no for Harry. As much as probably Harry will love Meghan, I don't think he will continue it. But we have to think this is where the stars were working in their favor. I'm moving on. Let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment. I'm telling you, the squad be having some good conversation, and then you see the derangers happen in some shape or form. Next tweet. I will never get over people dragging. Oh, did I did that already? Yep, I did this twice. Let's go to the next one. This one. All right. Oh, I didn't go. Okay, I need to go back to the other one, because I did say I wanted to read the article. I'm gonna come to this. Let's do that one. I need to read that article, what she was talking about. Is it that one? Where is it? Is it this one? This one. So I need to see what they were talking about. Oh shoot, it's so small. This is how the squad archive their things, because when they do their article, they're so proud of it. I'm talking about the royal rats. They're so proud of the article when it first come out, and then when the squad start shredding the article apart to say what is wrong about it, then they start moving back, removing it. So the squad, what they do, they create their own archive for it. This is very small. I could hardly see it. Meghan and Harry blasted by Kamala Tamney for not offering right to reply for claim. Oh wow. Okay, what I'll do when I'm editing, I'll enlarge it, and oh no, I'll put the link in the description for you. You guys could check it. It's very small. Yeah, very, very small. Okay, I can't see it. It's very small. So let's go back, and this is the tweet that I'm doing now. Okay, people were impressed because everyone from her father to people she never met all took money to lie and attack her. Some built entire career on it, so it's refreshing to find someone that didn't. All right, this is Simon Rex, and I remember when I first come across that they offer him $70,000 to speak negative about Meghan, and I think I threw a small little prayer, and I was like, no matter, I don't know where his career was at. I think that's what I've said. I hope God bless him to revive his career in some shape or form. It seems like it's happening. All right, she retweeted that. That's Pagan Cholani. Simon Rex was shocked by people's reaction. So many people lied about Meghan Markle to make easy money. Her abusive father, for example, that it's sadly a big deal when someone is just being honest. All right, 30 seconds.
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest. And
now we're coming across him saying that that he framed it, because I've read an other article, and I think there was a podcast that someone had him. He also mentioned it, so there he is mentioning it again, and so that was nice. And look at this. This is what happens when you are professional. No matter the type of work is, when you're at the facility of doing your job, you put your professional hat on, and then after that you move on with your life. These people who were trying to create a mess out of nothing, and I'm so glad he's stuck with his truth. Okay, I'm gonna move it back a little bit.
she just appreciated that I was honest. But it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
That is true, and that also brings me the thing with the Will Smith and what's the other, Chris Rock thing. Okay, I've talked about it. I said it's the time and place. That's my only thing on that. I don't agree or disagree with what he did. It's just bad timing, bad place. But the reaction, this is the thing that got me. The reaction of people saying they traumatized by two grown men who did, one of them did something really bad. Okay, and then there's a lot of tweet that shows why that happened. If people want me to read some of the tweets of what leads to that, I will share it with you, but I don't plan on going to it. But I want to focus on the fact that the reaction of people saying they're traumatized by this, that, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And I like, oh my God, you have two grown men, both of them are still gonna live, they're gonna see tomorrow, but maybe different things might change for them in terms of business wise or whatever. Woman, man, who's gonna see another day? You have 9/11 that happened. You don't hear people going crazy like that. You have school children who got shot, who got killed. I think in that video I pick out the Sandy Hook part. Those young kids who were so young, defenseless, who got killed. Where was the outrage? If many of us, when something negative that happened, especially in political aspect, because a lot of people are doing that, but we don't hear too much of it. But the amount of outrage we got from so many people who said they were traumatized from this, okay, if other unethical things that affect each and everyone's personally every day, we speak that loud about it, maybe things could change. There's this guy saying, I just did the right thing. I don't know what people are so, going crazy about. This should be the norm. He is absolutely right. Just do the right thing. I didn't sleep with her. Why should I say I sleep with her? My goodness. So that's the thing with that. All right? And that's my connection with the, what's his name? Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Okay, yes, someone who turned down $70,000 when he was broke. He is truly a man of integrity. I wish him all the success in life and career. Yeah, and I think I've also said when I first came across that he turned down the $70,000, is that we Sussex Squad need to support him when he does something. Well, depend on the work, because I've heard some other things, but depend on the work. Okay, I couldn't agree more, Mr. Rex. Okay, my blessing forever be his portion. He did a great thing. There's a thumb up. All right, so I'm gonna leave that as that. Let me go to the next tweet. I can't believe this. I only had 9 tweets to share on this video. It's more than an hour. Okay, Squaddies, we are a diverse group from around the world, and I love that about us. And this is my response to that. 7 people like it. Some people, specifically world leaders, fail to see diversity is what makes things work. Different perspective, views, cultures, religion, skin tone, etc. So we understand pain, sorrow, anger, hunger, lack thereof. I could write a lot more, but Twitter give you a limited amount of character to put. Okay? We are a compassionate bunch because we've been through some stuff. This is it. This is why we understand what Harry and Meghan were going through. Okay? So this is why the Sussex Squad will always be the Sussex Squad. We could have our disagreement, different views on things, but when it comes to defend the Sussexes, we are there. Okay, let's see here. When they try to pigeonhole us, we show them we are massive and diverse. Love us. We have lawyers, we have professors, we have what do you call this, teachers. We have all sorts of group of people as the squad, because many of us of who we are now as an adult, okay, it wasn't us as a child. Maybe our parents, some of us, our parents went through some stuff. Okay, maybe some of us grew up in a shelter. Okay, they had never saw pushback like that before. This is what I said too. Squaddies are best. I thought there were only lone voices at first, but Meghan's is the face of a movement. Love it. What is it? Yeah, when I said the British media always have their way. Okay, when they say something, they publish that thing. No one ever disputed. The UK have taken it as fact. They eat it up. They drink it, they bathe with it, they defend it for their lives. But when the squad, Tina and Michelle, when they saw it right out of the gate, they said, no, you're not gonna play my sister like that. No. And then later at the time, other people join in. Me, I was seeing a little bit at the time because I like to mind my own business, but ever since I stopped minding my business. Okay, it's what makes the group unique and fun. I love reading everyone's tweet. They're intelligent, loyal, compassionate, strong, and at times very hilarious. What more could we ask for? What was it? There was one tweet, the squad during the April Fool. I didn't bookmark it. Who wrote it? I forgot. she said, okay, I was gonna write an April Fool joke, but I'm afraid of the squad, the pushback. I don't have time for this, so she didn't put it. I thought that was funny. She was gonna write an April Fool joke, but she knows the squad don't mess around when it comes to the Sussexes. She said she didn't put it out, and she's one of those Squaddies that I be sharing her tweet with us. Okay, 100%, I'm with you. Okay, where's the squad video? So great. Yep, there's that. Amen, amen. So do I. All right, let's go to the next tweet. After that one, I have one more. I swear, I can't believe this take too long. That's the video. Had to. Prince William will forever live in Prince Harry's shadow. Stay mad. Alright, I'll come to the video. Ha. Spare will always in the shadow of the heir. That's reality. They could, but Harry's minding his own business, but yet they keep on mentioning his name and everything, the other ones, in order for people to click. People could be as delusional as they want. It's the fact. We see reality. The squad see reality. Okay? That's why ignore the heirs. No matter what's going on in the royal family, Harry or Meghan's name get attached, not the futures. Right? Both have always known their role. That's right. I think so too. They didn't know about life outside of the bubble. William had a taster via Kate and her family, but she and her family have been swallowed by the royal family. Harry met Meghan and had the royal family listen, would have benefited immensely. I'll say 95%. I agree with that comment, but I think the other 5%, it could be even more, maybe 25%. Harry understood some stuff outside of the royal bubble because they sent him out. Okay, you had Princess Diana, for instance, who was teaching both of her boys how the life of people, homelessness. All right, maybe Harry absorbed it more than the other brother. And the other brother, when he goes back to the firm, they erase it out of his mind. So Harry was probably more of understanding. And you have also when they sent him out to do other royal duties and all of that, he understood, like I was saying at the video. Was it this video or the other one? All right, he understand when people talk to him. Okay, he didn't just hear them speaking, he listened, he processed those things. There's one tweet I remember reading. There's a picture of a young lady who was showing Harry something, how to watch some technology thing, how it works and stuff like that. You could see Harry's eyes fixated to it. And then on that tweet, that person, that young lady who was talking to Harry, commented on that tweet and said, that was me. I was teaching, this is what I was telling Harry, this is what I was doing and all of that. So Harry was listening. He didn't just go there just to show up. He was there to learn as well. And he said that too. Oh, how could I forget this? I always put clips from the Obama Foundation. Yeah, he understands. When they send him to the most remote places around the world, he doesn't go to the best part of the world. He goes to the most devastated place. So he understands the sorrow, the madness that was going on. So he learned compassion and understanding.
How do you understand it to begin with? How do you know that that's a part of your destiny?
Well, we don't, put it this way, we don't all sit in a room with a queen and a blackboard going. It's a kind of, I don't know, I think it's, I wouldn't say it's in our blood, but at the same time I think it's over history and watching our parents, watching our grandparents, and just learning our way through that process. So you make mistakes, like we all have, and then slowly you find your way and you start to realize that you've got an incredible platform to make really positive change.
Did you always embrace this role and responsibility?
No, I don't think I understood it. I think what happened to my mum probably put me a step back, thinking, well, how could someone who did so much for the world and did so much for everybody else could be treated like that by a certain institution? So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, you know, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public and then using that position for good.
What helped you to understand that position that you were in?
Spending 10 years in the military was one.
And what did that do for you?
I think I wouldn't say it changed my outlook on life, but there were certainly experiences that I went through during those 10 years that not only was I surrounded by normal people on a day-to-day basis and being able to share and talk about everyday issues that they were going through, but it was a grounding moment for me as well. You know, wearing the same uniform as all of the people that I was serving with, getting an opportunity to serve your country on operations.
So the royal family didn't teach him crap. They sent him to get information, and who knows what they do with it. But Harry does something with those things. Look at that, and that same thing with the Obama Foundation. What is it? They sent him to that particular charity, and that young lady who didn't want to speak up because she lived in the neighborhood. She didn't want the people around her to hear her pain and suffering. She wrote her thought on a piece of paper, front and back, and then Harry took it with him, and he read it, and he did something about it. Alright, so the royal family, they just go there, look at people's mouth moving, and then move on, go back to polo playing and go back to their bubble. But Harry did not. Alright, when he hears something, if he could do something about it, he does something. Okay, let's see here. It's Friday. We need to see this video every Friday from now on until the last Sussex supporter leaves this earth. That's that video. Let's put it and then I'll move on. Squaddies something. What was the tweet say? Okay. It's Friday. We need to see this video every Friday from now on until the last Sussex supporter leaves this earth. Okay, cheering Prince William and Prince Harry. Love them both. Alright, you have the right to do that. But the one who was putting the other one down, I can't support. I don't hate him, but I can't support him. Okay, he knows I love this. A classic. The best never gets old. Okay, thanks. I needed that. Absolutely spot on. Thank you. I'm done with the internet for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm glad you did. Amen. All right, this is my last tweet. Okay, meet the team. Introduce retired Captain Christine Morris, Air Force. 65 competitors will represent Team USA at the Invictus Game in The Hague from April 16 to 22, 2022. All right, that's that. Retired Captain Christine Morris, Air Force. I wonder what happened to her. Alright, so that was it. No comment. Okay, you've already served this nation once, and we were proud then, so we know you're going to be a great USA representative at the Invictus Game. Good luck and go USA. Alright, go Team USA. That's that. So that's that. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for thanks. Let's skip that because that's what I did in video 1 and 2. Let's pick something underneath. Prayer for gratitude. Maybe that one. A prayer of gratitude. Thank you for transforming me by the renewing of my mind and your precious word, so that I can be living proof of that good and acceptable and perfect will of you, God. Through you, I am destined to win, for you have made me more than a conqueror, an overcomer of this world. I confess that I am the righteousness of God, created in Christ Jesus. Thank you for making me in your image and likeness, no less than anyone else, but an original, designed by the loving desire of your heart. Alright, so that's it. Let's go back to this. Let's see if anything changed. I doubt it because it's almost 8 o'clock. So it's not gonna change. It's usually after 6, things change. Alright, so let's see the analytic though. What changed? 354. I don't think it changed. Let's do it one more time. Refresh. 354.98. Nothing yet. Alright, so that's it. I'm gonna do another video, and that other video is gonna be on App Team Sussex. Is only 3 tweets. It's definitely gonna come out different time. Let me show you what it will look like. If you do go on my App Team Sussex, it's gonna be about my daughter met a guy. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And that's it.